Yes. So it is. Thank you. Oh yeah, thank you for being such a good audience. But I want to start by saying that it's very nice to be old. Maybe some of you don't agree, but I think, and I am really for graceful aging, but still, I think there is something even nicer about being an old musician. So ever since I saw the Buena Vista Social Club, I just understood that there's something really adorable about aging musicians. Like, it's not competitive anymore. You just love that they are happy doing what they do. So like, I don't know, a decade ago, I understood that it's a challenging thing to age out of tech. Yeah, and I'm not, I'm not stopping anything, so don't get ready for laters. But like, maybe, when I get 60, 70, I should play more music because it just fits that age group better, and I want to be happy like these people. So, and my choice was improvisation because I find it very fun, but also intellectual. It's like a lifelong learning. I mean, I will learn something new every day I spend on this for the rest of my life if I do. There is so much depth into it. And I enjoy it, and it connects to other people, so that's great. So I haven't really done much about this in the last decade, but a year ago, by advice of my family, I asked one of the master players of this country, Gabor Juhász, if he would take me as a student, with the challenge that I won't be like his normal students. I can't practice like 8 hours a day. I have something important to do at Prezi. So he said yes, and I'm really grateful. He's a great intellectual and a very gentle, human, smart person. I took his classes 5 times in a year, so it's kind of a slow pace, but still, I still get homework. Okay, and like I get this song called Solar, popularized by Miles Davis, and this works, yeah, this goes like this. Something like this. Now, I mean, this is cool, and I'm like, hey, I can play this. It sounds like, honestly, I can't. I had to write all the notes and slowly learn it note by note. And even worse than that, like when you look at all the harmonies, they're just like really hard to figure out. And the more time I spent on it, the more I realized that it's not just me. There is something special with guitarists. Kate used to say, like, if you want to make a guitarist stop playing, just put some sheet music in front of them. They go like, oh, what is this? Okay, but I want to show you something. So this is these 5 notes from like A, B flat, B, C, A, B, C, kind of. On the piano, they are here, and nowhere else. That's where they are. When you glance at the sheet music, you put your fingers on the piano. On the guitar, I can find them here, and here, and here. And so on, like 13 positions. So every time I see a note, I have to make up my mind, where do I choose to play it on my instrument? So it's a bit different. And I'm not the first one who has this challenge, so people make these drawings, and I made my own drawings. For Solar, these are like all the harmonies. And honestly, this is even worse. Like this is just a mess of dots. And I mean, I was in the middle of this when I suddenly realized, like, hold on. I mean, I'm actually an expert, like, visual storyteller artist. So maybe there's something I can do just for my own studies to make sense of this, because this is very messy. So I understood that, if I just find these little characters on this mess, and this is the F major. Oh, I don't need. I can use the glue for the pick. That's nice. And it has a little character. I mean, you don't actually see this shape. It's not my fingers. It's nowhere. But somehow it's a memorable shape for me. And it has a friend like this. And there's more like this one here. Like a really beautiful one. This is all the same set of notes in different order called inversions. Still, like giving them a shape, it just made it super easy for me to memorize them and start to use them. And yes, it feels a little bit like the cat's cradle game. I mean, these shapes, because like your fingers go a bit funny. But like giving them this personality is like suddenly made it really easy. Like that was the major, it's very open, like this guy here. This is the A minor. So it sounds like, it's like a sad chord maybe. And everybody knows on the guitar it's like this, but actually you can find it up here or here. Guitar is full of A minors, and they're all different and beautiful. And that's I kind of continue this thread. There is like, okay, here we go. And this, like, I won't show you all of these half diminished. I love this chord. And then it goes up to the dominant, like it's very like. Okay, but the thing is, these are still just, they helped me a lot. So it was very fast for me to pick up these, open the whole neck of the guitar for improvisation. But the thing is, these are still just notes. And they don't actually show what they do, what is their function. Because in music, actually, notes have function, just like in code. Let me explain that. We're going to take a leap up there. I'm sorry for all the big rotations. So, in most music that you will listen to, it's called tonal music. There's also atonal music, but it's very hard to listen to. It comes with these ideas that you build tension, and then you release it. Oh, you guys remember when we were upstage here, we were like, it was like really high tension, and in the end we went like, and it got released. This is just very common in music. So the funny thing is that even when a professional looks at this sheet music, they don't tell you if it's high tension, low tension, what is their function. Yeah, I mean, you have to understand theory, then you figure it out. But it doesn't show you visually. You glance at it, this is just notes. Even worse, this instrument, it lies. It says, all the notes are the same, yeah? Well, they're not the same. Actually, for the song Solar, which is in C minor, if I take like this, this is a G7 flat 9, it's like super spicy. It really wants to resolve back to the minor. And you know, if I touch these notes on the piano, they really hurt. They really want to like, stop. Let's go back to something subtle. So I don't know, it's strange for me that instruments don't show you what the function of the notes are. It would be nice to see them. Now, there is one very funny place when this becomes visible. Here. So there's one kind of music where this became very typical, which is like blues and rock music on the guitar. Even Sister Rosetta, one of the earliest cool blues guitarists. What happens is that the typical, there's a thing called the blues scale. Everybody who plays guitar knows this. But the thing is, you kind of build tension. The sound that has tension, it kind of lends itself to bending your string. And it's hard and it hurts. So you go like, this is tension. And you release it. Tension. Release it. I think it's just very nice. It becomes a very physical representation of a function of a note on this typical music and setup. But so what I try to do as a second step was that like take that song that I'm learning and make actual drawing of it. A drawing that in my mind is more precise than the sheet music or like the little dots I did. So basically it starts here on the yellow part that you don't see because I'm standing in front of it, like a kind of nice minorish. And here we're changing key, we're shifting the gravity. Now we're going that way, that is the orange part. That is like an F major key. That's the very nice F major. But now again, we change to F minor. And we're changing key again, it goes like up. Second, this is how I think about this, that somehow the direction of the music changes as I come along. And it really helps me to understand the song much better and be much better at improvising on it and kind of coming up with melody for it. I checked this with real professionals, and a lot of them are super excited because this shows much more precisely what the song is than other kinds of visualizations that are out there. So why did I show this to you? Of course, it's my little like old-time passion. But there is something I learned here, and maybe you realize it, that it's the same thing why I think our users love Prezi, and I was so touched seeing so many of you doing beautiful, beautiful visual personal stories, almost all the speakers in the morning and now, in the afternoon and now, is that I really think visual stories work, and they help us understand complex challenges, they help us, move with the flow, they help us resonate with our customers. So Thank you for making all those prezis. And thank you for listening to my journey of trying to draw music.